Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the Making of podcast. I'm your co-host, Ashley Joves. And before we get started, I just wanted to say a huge thank you to everyone for listening. You can find us on all the socials. They'll be linked in the show notes. And just a small recap of episode 4. I chatted with Toni about passing building inspection, going through complications with that, securing a certificate of occupancy at City Hall, navigating construction challenges, the intricacies of logo design, signage, interior choices, and selecting appropriate floor materials, as we learned at Smile & Co. Toni also poses questions to the audience about personalized welcome screens for the patients. So if you haven't already listened to last week's episode, go ahead and pause this one and tune in last week because we covered so much ground. And I'm so excited to bring Toni on this week because she just had her first day ever seeing patients at Bloom Dental Co. That was on Friday. So we're going to do a deep dive into her first official day. So stay tuned, guys. It's going to be a good one. Hey, Toni, it's so nice to see you.
Hey Ashley, how are you?
I'm really excited. I can't wait to catch up on all the details of your first day. But before we jump into all of that, you know how we're going to get started, right? This or that. You ready?
Okay, let's do it.
Okay, Missy, this or that. Ability to fly or become invisible.
Fly. I want to travel.
Nice. Polka dots or stripes.
Stripes.
Board games or card games.
Board games.
Pancakes or waffles.
I feel like it just depends on the day. I love both, but I'll say pancakes.
Pancakes or French toast.
Ooh, I don't do French toast.
Why?
I like it, but I have an egg allergy, and sometimes it's
Mm,
like too eggy and it upsets my
yeah,
stomach.
gotcha.
So I just steer clear. I'll say pancakes, buttermilk pancakes, nothing fancy.
Yes. I, okay, so I'm gonna go with, I think I don't want to be invisible, but I also don't want to fly because I have a fear of heights.
We do it option three.
Option 3, free flights wherever I go on first class. That's what
There
I
you
want.
go. There you go.
And I will also choose stripes. I love card games. Although,
Mm,
although is Cards Against Humanity, is that a card game or really a board
I
game?
think
That's a
it's a
card.
card game. There's no physical board,
That's
you
true.
know?
That's
It's
true.
a great, that one's a fun game.
It is so fun, especially if you have really raunchy, politically incorrect friends, which I do.
Okay, I think I know what we need to play then.
Yes, for the
Nice.
next retreat. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll
Yeah.
totally do it. And I will also choose pancakes. And just to go off of pancakes for a moment, when I was in New York, so I went to school at NYU for dental,
Mm.
there's this place called Clinton Street Baking Company. Have you heard of it?
No.
It was this place. It was, I think it's really considered the East Village. Yeah, East Village. There would be no less than a 2.5 hour wait for pancakes. But I kid you not, Toni, once you're in, the pancakes are like the size of 3 times my head.
Oh
And
my gosh.
they had this one, like they would have seasonal pancakes, so like
Mhm.
blueberry and banana nut and like pumpkin. It was so good. Like the amount of butter that they put in their batter, I'm sure is just next level, but it was amazing.
Mm.
Ah, yeah,
Sounds good. You're making me hungry.
I'm always hungry. Oh my gosh. Okay. So let's just go right in. Let's talk about your first day and like, or do you want to talk about leading up to your first day? Because we didn't touch base at all last week.
Okay, so yeah, let's talk about leading up. I feel like honestly, all of last week is like a black hole. for my memory. I
Yeah.
was running on fumes. It was a lot. Like I'm still exhausted. And all last week I was also dealing with a head cold. Remember that birthday party I told you we were going
Oh
to?
my gosh. When I told you that you needed to celebrate, and you're like, I'm going to a birthday party tomorrow. I'm like, that
Yeah,
is
but it was
not
Joseph's
celebrating.
baby. Joseph's baby turned 1, and we all went and partied that weekend for her. But then we all got sick, like
Yeah.
instantly, like
Yep.
2 days later, all the little kids in the ball pit. So yeah, last week I was dealing with a head cold, and
Mm.
that's when all the final chaos was happening. So, update, I figured out my OSHA. I figured it all
Okay, tell
out.
us, what
We
did
did all of
what,
that last week.
what did you find out?
Yeah, so I set all of my OSHA compliance training up last week. I was introduced through my Patterson rep with a company called the DDS Rescue. And I chose it because it was only $700 and it's all virtual. So I was able to
Nice.
book an appointment for like the next day. And what they did, I had a trainer and we walked through my office just with my laptop and I showed them everything on their checklist. And they were able to show me where I need to put biohazard labels or warning signs, or when we went over x-rays and smoke alarms and everything that you need for OSHA. And then they gave me this large checklist and a portal where I can print out all my required documents. And since they're partnered with Patterson, they sent an email to my Patterson rep just saying, doctor needs to buy this. She needs an AED. She needs a medical emergency kit. She needs these labels. And then I just clicked pay and they mailed it to me. It
That's
was pretty
amazing.
simple. And now today we did an hour training, my staff and I. And so now, as long as, I put everything in the right places, we'll be completely compliant. So
That's
that
so
was one huge item on my checklist I was able to finish before opening last Friday. What else did we do?
Wait, so
We
Toni, how many hours would you estimate you were focused doing, or did this OSHA take then, like the
So
training?
maybe it was a 45-minute walkthrough with
Okay.
my officer that was assigned to me to do that little like pre-inspection. And then we did an hour training with the whole team. So really not
Okay.
that much time. The big part that's going to take a lot of my time, which I'll just come in the evenings and do it or something, but that's going to be typing everything into their portal.
Mm.
And they want you to fill it all out, create logbooks, and then you have to probably print like hundreds of things because they tell you to create a binder for all your materials, like the material safety data sheets. You have to have
Mhm.
all of those on hand in your office. You have to have like your training manuals and if there's like a risk assessment or injury, Sharps injury log. So they give you a portal, at least where it's all kind of organized. And then I kind of fill it out with my office information and I have to print out all those documents and put them in binders.
Gotcha.
Inspectors are always so old school and they want to see it
Yes.
physically. So that's at least what they recommend for my state.
Gotcha. Well, I'm glad that's one more thing that you don't have to worry about. So,
Yeah.
what else did you have to do leading up to? Because your
So
first day was on Friday.
first day was on Friday.
Congrats.
Was it the week before or was it last week where I got my business license? You
That was
already know
the
about
week
that, right?
before. Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that was the week before. And then all last week we were just scrambling to
Yeah.
shock the water lines. I had to
Yeah.
learn how to do that because my assistant wasn't in the day before patients came, and just sterilizing all of our instruments and unpacking the whole office, like actually putting supplies away. And then at the same time, Ari, my front desk, she's been working on putting all of our fee schedules in the computer and setting up open dental. And we're still learning about insurance and claims. That's probably my biggest piece right now that we're focusing on this week is just making sure it's all in place so we don't look like ding dongs when it's real patients in the chair.
Well, did you work at your associateship?
I did. Yeah, I worked Tuesday and Thursday over there last week, and I work just Tuesday this week
And
at
then
my.
are you having Joseph do the majority of the setup with opening boxes and getting
Yeah, so
your
he's
lab stuff?
here on. on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So today's Monday. We're all here, and all day he's just been unboxing things. And
Yeah,
like he asked me to get little drawer dividers for instruments. So I went to Container Store, got those, and he's just, putting everything the way he likes it and putting light bulbs in for me. And
that's
he's
awesome.
been printing out all of those material data sheets for me for the binder too.
Did you already have your final walkthrough, like your punch list?
Yes. Yeah. So last one, no, we just talked about me going to get my business license. That was 2 Wednesdays ago. Oh my gosh, time flies.
Time
The day
flies.
before was my final inspection.
Okay.
Yeah, so my inspector came. I think I told that story. We all had to go next door. He like kicked us out of the office,
Yes,
remember?
yes.
So we
Did
passed that day. We passed
Awesome.
that day, and I was able to go get my business license the next day.
Perfect. But the final punch through with your contractor and your
Oh, yeah.
architect?
So no, he's supposed to fly out either this week or next week to
Okay.
do that. He just told me he was really sick, so I'm just waiting for him to feel
Mm,
better. Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah.
Okay, so now congrats. You have opened up Bloom Dental Co. Oh my gosh. Doesn't it feel like surreal? I want you to walk me through all the emotions, everything.
I feel literally so busy that I haven't even had time to feel. I'm just
Mm.
like so exhausted. But Friday was so fun. Yeah, we were scrambling and last minute, like all Thursday night, I went home, put my girls to bed, and came back to the office at like 8 o'clock and stayed until 11, just like
Oh my
vacuuming,
gosh.
scrubbing the walls and making sure, I did the shocking the water lines correctly and just last minute things to make sure it was perfect. And then it wasn't that much pressure because my first patient was my husband and my 4-year-old. They
Oh
came in,
yeah. Nice.
first patients. But thank goodness, I think a friends and family day, maybe even two of them, is
Mm-hmm.
highly, highly encouraged because we learned so much just from
Yeah.
that day.
Yeah.
And not only was it just good for us to run through our systems and kind of get like the flow of everything down. Like on my husband, our very first patient, we realized that my settings were wrong on my x-ray unit.
Oh
You
no.
know, and so the x-rays were turning out black, the exposure was all wrong. So just little things like that. Like we were able to get tech support on the line, and my husband could wait rather than it being like a
Right.
true legitimate stranger patient. Just little things like that, how we ran through with several of my family members that did have insurance, how to talk about our treatment plan when we
Mm.
present it, how to say, like, this is what your insurance pays and this is your copay. And it was just good to play around with it and ask for feedback from people who are my true patients, but I could take the time and ask those things without seeming unprofessional.
Yeah.
It was very helpful, let alone super exciting because it was the first time I finally felt like I could show off this space that they've all been hearing me talk about for so long. It was really, really fun. People brought flowers and treats, and
Mm.
yeah, it was a really, really good day.
So how many people did you end up seeing on Friday?
We saw 5 people.
Nice.
Yeah, 5 people. We left a little bit of time at the end of the day so we could practice closing out charts and doing a little audit. Yeah,
So you were using Open Dental, correct?
correct.
Open Dental, and then what is your, like, walk me through what a new patient at Bloom Dental Co. looks like. So I walk in and then pretend I want you to walk me through, like, are you starting with x-rays? Are you doing an office tour? Like,
Yeah, so you're immediately greeted by Ari. She's sitting right at the checkout stand when you walk in. And so she's greeting everybody and inviting them to get a beverage at the coffee bar, showing them
okay,
how to use our coffee machine, greeting them
okay,
by
I'm
name.
gonna break it down though.
Yeah.
What do you currently have to offer at your coffee bar?
Mm.
And yes, and like what other
My coffee bar
beverages?
is so cute. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. It's one of
You
my
have
favorite
to send us
parts.
photos so that we can
Okay.
post.
So I have a coffee maker, so you can make lattes, and I
What
have
kind of
flavors.
coffee maker?
So it's an espresso Vituro.
Oh, I have that. I love it.
Okay. Yes, I know.
You're
My
fancy, Toni.
Well, where I go to get my hair done, where I have them make me a coffee every time, and it's so delicious. So I made them take a picture of what they have in their break
Yeah.
room. So I bought what they have.
Nice.
It like foams it for you.
Oh, yeah. The crema.
Yeah. So I got that coffee maker, and then I made my own cute little syrups that are labeled, and I have spices like cinnamon and nutmeg
Oh my
out
gosh.
with creamer. Yeah, it's really pretty. And then I also have a mini fridge, and I have
Okay.
little like, lollipops and water and some kids kombucha in there.
Oh my gosh, you are fancy.
I
Dang,
know.
kids kombucha. I'm gonna be a patient over there. Okay, so definitely send us some photos. And so if I am walking in, what else am I greeted with in your like waiting area? Do you have any like kid games or video games or
Oh, I will. I do have a kids station. I have two little poofs for kids to sit at a little tabletop station. And my plan is to put two mounted iPads there with educational games. But right now I just have like magnetiles out on that little table until
nice?
I want to spend more money on electronics. And then I was supposed to have six chairs, but they didn't fit the way I measured them. So right now we
Okay,
have four chairs. I'm going to get a little bench. We have a coffee table and we have some plants out, some nice, like a tree and some other hanging plants. And then there's a door where you're brought back once
okay,
you're ready for your appointment. So you'll immediately come in when your chart is ready. Joseph comes out to the waiting room and brings you back to start your x-rays. I have a designated x-ray room where the patients will go. They'll get either their Pano or CBCT and their FMX.
so you
And
don't
then
have the mobile
I
X-ray?
do. I do have a mobile unit, but I put a designated X-ray chair with a
Mhm.
wall-mounted Belmont intraoral, just for FMX, so
Oh,
that for larger X-ray series, the patient can
gotcha.
sit down. I just bought a salon chair, like those pumpable salon chairs,
Oh,
and put it
love
right there
that.
next to my piano so that it's easier for Joseph to just sit down, get an FMX. And then I do have a mobile for like recall x-rays or endo appointments.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do would you ever use that to do like iTero scans in that room?
So we do have a scanner. So all of that also came last Thursday. I got my CEREC set up. So
Nice.
the day before we opened, my CEREC installer came and installed my Prime scan, my Prime mill, and my oven.
Nice.
So what we're doing is so immediately after x-rays are done, Joseph will take the patients into the operatory. I figured out how to put the little cute sign on there that says like, "Welcome, Ashley. We prepared this suite just for you." And
And how
then
did
just
you figure it out?
so I messaged the making of group chat, and everyone kind
Nice.
of chimed in and helped me figure that out. And it turned out super cute. So thank
And
you.
oh, good. And you're using Canva
I
for that.
am. Yeah.
And you're just erasing the name and doing it again for each
I
new
am,
patient.
but I learned, or I didn't think to ask this to the group. I need to make more than one template because when
Mm,
you edit it in one operatory, it changes it in all the operatories. So, like, if you have, five operatories, you need to have five
templates.
screensaver templates that you
Gotcha.
can change because they all change live. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
Nice.
So yeah, and then as soon as Joseph seats the patient in the operatory, he's giving them a comfort menu, which I also made on Canva. And then they get to choose their comfy items if they want headphones or a blanket or a neck pillow. Then he sets them up with that, gets them all comfy, and then we're taking an intraoral scan right then with my
With your
prime.
prime scan. Awesome. And did you say that you use aligners?
I do. Yeah, I'm going to be trying out Candid.
Candid. So does the file from Prime Scan, is it you can use that
Yes, you
STL.
can send it to, yep, you can send the STL file to Candid,
Awesome. I
which
should
is
look
one of
into
the big
Candid.
reasons why I did not go with Invisalign because you can't do that.
Yeah. And once you get an iTero scanner, you're like stuck with this scanner. It's,
Yeah.
yeah. Okay. So how long do you typically spend with a new patient? Or how long
So
are you allotting for each new patient?
we're booking every new patient for an hour and a half because I'm
Okay.
trying to do a cleaning for every patient.
Oh, and how's
So
that going?
well, so far, I mean, we only had 5 patients, so we spaced them out
Okay.
almost exactly. We didn't overlap at all. But for starting after a week, we'll have a little bit of overlap. So it will get a little interesting because, as a doctor, I'm not used to doing all of the cleanings, and especially when I'm cleaning, I'm not polishing and flossing. So
Um,
having one assistant, I'm committing I want to offer every new patient, whether they need a prophy or if they need an SRP and they want something done that day, we might be able to offer them like a pre-gingival scaling, right? So that I could at least get something started for them. And I don't know about you, but my population here in Henderson, people want their same day cleaning. So we're just
mm,
trying to have time set aside for them to get something done, no matter
gotcha.
what type of cleaning it is. But I'm committing to knowing Joseph might be needed, because we're going to overlap the patients by 20 minutes. So he might have to go start a new patient exam while I finish up the cleaning, polish, floss, and walk the patient out.
Gotcha. So with your flow, like what are the things what other hiccups, or did you have any other hiccups?
We did. So one thing we ran into with my one of my friend's aunts that came in for my friend and family day, she needed some fillings. So my treatment coordinator, Ari, came in. She presented treatment, and how we're presenting treatment is we offer two payment methods. You can either pay in full to schedule with me, or you can set up a payment plan using Cherry. Okay.
Okay.
And so this was the first time we had presented it, and she didn't want to do either. So she presented something to us that's a new question. She said it was like $350, her copay for these fillings. And she said, I just want to pay in full. I don't want to sign up for a payment plan, but can I pay after November 1st? And so Ari looked at me and said, I don't know, Doc, can she? Is she allowed? Can I schedule her today if she's not paying? Because that's our office protocol is you cannot put someone on my schedule unless they've reserved and paid for their time on my schedule.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that. I thought you were just talking about like if she gets the treatment done today, then it has to be paid.
No,
But
to
you're
book
talking about
prepay,
pre-booking,
mhm,
prepaying in
prepaying
full.
in full. And we don't do that if it's a large treatment plan, we phase it, right? So it's prepaying for that phase to get booked on our calendar for that treatment. You have to either pay in full or commit to a payment plan and put the down payment. She immediately fell into this gray area, where she's like, I'm good for it, Toni. Like, you can put me on the schedule and I will pay you after November 1st. And so we came up with if that arises, what we'll do if the patient doesn't want to sign up, for a soft credit check and to apply for Cherry, we are going to ask them for a $50 down payment. If they're saying, I'll pay next week or I'll pay when I show up, we're gonna make a little document that says it's a non-refundable $50 down payment. They have to sign that, pay the down payment, and we'll still reserve their time on the schedule.
We have $50 per hour that
Hmm.
is needed. So, and that is also not just the doctor time, but the hygienist time too.
Yeah, I
Because,
like that. Because my current practice, we don't require anything. And I have, 3 or 4 no-shows a day. So I didn't want to have to deal with that at all. I
yeah,
wanted to have the money in the bank. If
yeah.
think about, missing your hair appointment or missing
Oh,
like your
you would
nail
never,
appointment,
you would
right?
get charged so fast. And
Yeah.
like the women understand. They're like, no, it's
Yeah.
fine. That's me.
So that's what
Oh,
we came up with. But that was one thing that was nice to, experience with my family friend because it helped us figure out a protocol. So where Ari wouldn't have to leave the room and go say, Doc, what do I do?
yeah. Yeah, good for you that you already are thinking about those systems that you don't like in the practice that you're currently at. Like, how
Yeah.
can we make this better? I love that.
Yeah, it's all just pet peeves. Being an associate, we
Yeah.
still are hit with those frustrations. And you think, like, how would I handle this if I
Mhm.
was the owner? Or how would I avoid this happening to my associates? Because it's frustrating.
It's extremely frustrating because you're, especially now, like you're paying your team, like your team is still small, but like that's a very, very tough pill to swallow when you now have significantly more team members and multiple no shows in different columns. Like that's the overhead still continues.
Mhm.
Then your
Mhm.
stress level goes through the roof. It's not fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
so hopefully that helps for prevent that.
Yeah, I think so. And then how else did the rest of the day go for you?
It was really good. I got really, really great feedback. Obviously, I was seeing people who love me already because they're my friends
Yeah,
and
yeah,
family. But it was just very fun, and I feel like I got to share the love with Joseph and Ari and share my community and on both spectrums. Got to
yeah.
kind of meet each other.
Hey friends, I just want to give some love to Net32 for supporting this episode. If you're a practice owner like me, you know the back end of running a dental office isn't always sexy, but it is necessary. Net32 is an online marketplace where you can compare brands, vendors, and prices all in one place. That means you're not overpaying or wasting time. And when you're building a startup or juggling multiple practices, every dollar and every minute matters. I've used Net32 and it's honestly made a huge difference. Check them out at net32.com/the making of. And now let's get back to the show.
And one other thing, the other hiccup we came across is, oh, because last minute I still didn't have like a card reader in the office.
Okay.
Was supposed to come in on Monday and I just blanked on it and realized Wednesday night at like 8 o'clock at night. Oh my gosh, I don't have a card
No.
reader yet. And so I got my rep from Palo Pro. I called his cell phone and I think he's like 3 hours ahead of me, but he still answered and he overnighted everything to me. So I had it all Thursday and
Good.
we did a quick training and learned how to use it. So one of the things I came across with my friend, my best friend's husband was my patient, and he has like an old school debit card that doesn't have a chip and he has to swipe it. It doesn't have like a tap to pay or a
Uh-huh.
chip. And this little Palo Pro reader is this tiny square. There's nowhere to swipe. You only can insert it, tap it. So,
Gotcha.
yeah, just something we were like, what do we do? And we learned how to manually, there's like a portal on there where you can manually type it in. But just stuff that would have been embarrassing. I'm sure stuff will like happen like that with
Yeah.
real patients, but just good to figure it out and play a little bit.
And you ended up choosing Palo Pro because it passes on the
Mhm.
merchant fees to the patient.
Yeah, I
8%.
like it because it even has a little statement in there that says, due to inflation, if you want to use your credit card, there's going to be a small fee to
Yeah.
you, but you can use debit or cash for
Yeah.
this fee. Yeah.
No, I think everybody is so used to having that 3%. I just got my hair cut on Friday, and I mean, there's a big sign like you can either Venmo us or
Hmm.
pay 3%. I'm like, could you imagine, Toni, if we just accepted Venmos? Like
Yeah.
that would be freaking
I
amazing.
know. Oh
And then
my
we
God.
had that added gratuity, like, how was your service today? Additional
Yeah.
gratuity. Dude, I mean, if anybody knows the service industry, it's us, right? Like we're like
Yeah.
bending over backwards for people. Why
Yeah.
is that not a thing in dental? We should make that a thing.
I know. Like, tip, please. You liked your root canal? Oh.
I can see it. Okay, so you had 5 patients. We talked about your new patient, just the walkthrough, the kinks with just that the card reader, and then what was your kink with your husband? Huh, that sounds like a funny question.
Oh. No, if we just
That's an after hours show.
No, the exposure setting, like the
The
auto
oh,
setting
yes. Okay.
that they set up when Joseph was taking x-rays, they were just pitch black.
Gotcha.
And we
Okay.
realized quickly that we could change the exposure on it, but every time he took a new x-ray, it turned out black again. So I
Gotcha.
had to get tech support on the phone, and they were logged into the computer for like an hour trying to figure it out, and we got it fixed.
Did any of the other tech have any issues in your office?
We weren't able to, for part of my large equipment order, some of my free goods were intraoral cameras. They are not mouthwash. I thought they were. There's some like random brand. Just because they were free goods, I got three of them. And they came with a disc to upload them and install them to your computer, but my little tiny computer doesn't have a disc slot. And so we were trying to figure out how to install this. We like plugged in the camera and nothing happened.
Wait a minute. What is this, like 1995? They gave
And the
you it.
disc, Ashley, I know people can't see me, but the disc was like the size of a sand dollar. It wasn't like a size of a CD.
What is that? I don't know
I
that.
don't know. I don't know where these cameras are from, but I have a really good IT support crew and they
Okay.
figured it out over the weekend. I don't know what they did.
Oh,
They
so
did
it
it
works.
remotely, but they got them all to work.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah.
That is so funny to me. Oh my gosh. Okay, you have PCs, correct? Yeah, because
Yes.
you have open dental. And then
Mhm.
can you walk me through your decision tree on why you chose open dental versus a cloud-based software?
Yeah, so my consultant was recommending Curve
Okay.
pretty aggressively, and rightfully so. She was explaining you could have online scheduling live even, oh my gosh, what is that? You can't just nonchalantly pick up that giant pool of
Toni, that almost went up my nose.
what was that?
Okay, so
Are you
I
drinking
am,
blood?
this is, you guys, I'm drinking
I'm
I,
crying.
I'm crying too. I almost choked on that. I'm chronically dehydrated. So this is my gallon water bottles so that I can track what time. Like I
You
should,
guys, this bottle is bigger than Ashley. And it's bright red. It looks like you're just drinking fruit punch, like it's an adult
feel
juice
like it.
pouch.
It's actually cranberry vodka. So is it
Uh,
hot in here? I am
yeah,
getting so hot. It we talked about kinks with your husband, talked about choking on this huge thing. Like
wait, why is it red? What do you put in your
it's
water?
electrolytes.
Okay.
Electrolytes, it's a pomegranate flavored electrolytes that we get on Amazon. I get headaches a lot, Toni.
Uh,
So anytime I can do something for my electrolyte balance or
that's
imbalance, I'm gonna
that's
try
why you
it.
have so many potty breaks.
But thanks for putting me on blast there, Toni.
Good announcement. You
I'll
tried to
post
do
the
it so discreetly and I
I
lost it.
tried, I literally have it off of my desk because it's such an eyesore. And I'm discreetly taking a sip of this water, and she totally.
It, it was very distracting.
Hey,
Okay,
size
what were
matters,
we
Toni.
talking about?
What were we talking about? Besides your, oh, yes, yes. Okay, so you didn't go with curve.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so rightfully so, she was recommending Curve because you can pretty much be live and have an active schedule before IT is done, construction's done. But I was asking around and I did not receive good feedback with going cloud-based.
Gotcha.
And I am already very familiar with Open Dental. Every vendor or outside business that I was talking about using as like a third party, they all integrated well with Open Dental. And
Hmm.
so I just went with what I knew.
So when we were opening Roseville, the newer office, I looked into and signed up with a cloud-based software. I'm not going to say which one, but we ended up switching just a few months later
Mm,
because my office manager, Judy, hated it. And she was a really big fan of it, like pushing forward with having cloud based,
mhm.
just so you can always check your
Yeah.
schedule and respond to messages. But with that being said, because there's easy access, there's also no boundaries. So you're
Mm,
able to really,
yeah,
do work at all
I can see
hours of
that.
the day. So
Yeah, I think the concept is there. The concept is very cool, but I think we're just a few years out for
mm,
it being super user friendly.
what patient engagement software did you end up going with?
Flex.
Flex?
Hmm.
Flex. Awesome. We
Yeah, and
also
it's
have Flex.
awesome. I love it so far. All of the stuff that it does for
Okay.
you.
How
Yeah.
long was your training for Flex?
I've had two 1 hour trainings.
Okay. And your team so far, so Ari and Joseph, are they picking up like, because you're throwing a lot at them, right? Setting up the office. How has training been with them so far? How's it
I
going?
mean, I can tell they're both really tired. On top of having a whirlwind of a week, I think I mentioned that my neighborhood, we're a planned community, and we had our fall festival this weekend. And so we had this huge festival to prepare for on Saturday, the day after we opened. We went out, we had a booth with like a big balloon arch, and we went out and met patients and told everyone we opened the day prior. And yeah, they were there with me for 6 hours
Oh, oh my gosh, on a Saturday.
on a Saturday. Yeah.
Oh my
Uh,
gosh, you're bringing me back to when we first opened.
yeah. We're doing everything we can.
Yep.
And we got really good feedback. We got 24 patients to request an appointment. So,
Amazing.
and we're going to do a little raffle to raffle off free in-office whitening. But yes,
Okay.
going back to my team, I can tell they're tired and they know I'm tired. But they've been wonderful. Like I've been able to
Nice.
lean on them. They make sure I eat.
Oh,
Because, yeah, the last thing I'm doing is taking care of myself. If
mm.
I send them to lunch for an hour, I'm like, okay, I have an hour to email. And they'll like come back from break and bring me an iced tea or be like, Doc, make sure you eat.
Oh, that's so sweet. You know,
They're
that's the
there.
Filipino in them, right? Always trying to feed you.
Yeah. But it's all sugar. They keep trying to feed me
Yeah,
sugar.
that's
Um,
okay. I
but
want to go back to your fall festival.
yeah.
So, what did your booth look like, and where did you bring banners and all of that?
Oh, it's honestly so cute because now this is my second event and now it's like a little community. I know all the other vendors that are sponsors. I took cookies to all of them and we all remembered each other and we
Oh,
all follow each
nice.
other on Instagram. Just all the other businesses that go out. We have a really fun time. But the booth, I just have an easy up. So I put an easy up. We
What
have
is
two
an
tables,
easy up?
like a shade structure,
Okay. And where
like
did
a
you get it?
my
Yes.
father-in-law.
Your father-in-law makes them?
No, he didn't make it. He just had one at his house that he had never opened. I think he bought it, like
Oh,
thinking he was going to use it for like the girls' soccer games.
gotcha.
And
Okay.
he was just like, you can have it.
Did
Yeah,
you
no.
have, what did you have that was branded Bloom
I have
Dental
a
Co?
really cute, those like stretchy table covers that I
Oh,
have my logo on. I just had it made on Amazon.
okay. And you were happy with the quality?
Yes, yes. I really liked it. If I can find it in my Amazon orders, I'll send you the link you can
Okay,
post for
please
people. It was
do. Yes.
fairly inexpensive. I went through my branding company, like who I have make my t-shirts, and it was so much more expensive to go through them. So I got a really good quality one on Amazon. And then I brought Bloom tote bags and a spin prize wheel. And what I did is I brought a sign with a QR code to my website.
Okay.
And every patient that came up, because it was a Halloween event, so we had stuff for trick or treating, and we had pin the smile on the pumpkin for kids
Wait, did
that
you
came
give
up.
candy away at a dental office booth?
So yes and no. So I got the sugar-free lollipops.
Oh, yes.
I had
Dr.
a big,
John's?
yes, I had a big, I don't know if that's what they're called. I don't remember, but I had a big bucket of those for any of the kids that wanted. And then I had spread out all over the table. I had like Halloween tattoos and
Oh,
stamps and slap
cute.
bracelets. And so all the kids came up to the booth and trick or treated with us. And then all the parents, I told them I was raffling off professional in-office whitening. And if they scanned the QR code, I would show them how to fill out a form to enter to
Hmm.
win. And then I told them next week we'll call and announce the winner and ask them if they would like to book an appointment with us.
Gotcha.
And for signing up, they got to spin a prize wheel. And then on our prize wheel, I had go trays. I had some, I just like had the individual go trays to give out. I
Nice.
had my tote bags. I had cocoa floss.
Oh, wait, where did you get your tote bags?
So one of my best friends actually works at a local merch company here in Vegas called Merch Loop. Merch Loop.
Okay.
His name is Clayton McGee. And it was awesome. He made me a whole merchandise store for Bloom. So
Oh,
my
amazing.
friends and family can go on and like buy a shirt in all different colors or buy a sweatshirt or a mug. And they do bulk pricing. So my tote bags, they're super cute. Look at them. They're just little like
Oh, that
eco-friendly.
is adorable, Toni. I love
And
that
it came out
aesthetic.
to like $3.50 a piece if you order 70 or more.
That's amazing. And then did you put anything in the tote bags or just the tote bag?
I was just giving out the tote bags,
Nice.
but I do plan for my first 100 patients. That's what I'm going to use for little giveaways.
Awesome. And then, so that was Saturday for 6 hours, and you got 24 people to sign up using that QR code. Oh, sorry. What else was on the prize wheel? So go trays.
Mhm.
What else
I
did I
printed
miss?
out, I had like professional coupons printed out.
Okay.
So I made and these were all for cash items. So I had a
Cool.
free exam and x-rays. But if
Okay.
someone landed on that and had insurance, I would just have them spin again. I had a 10% off coupon for anything that insurance doesn't cover. And I had a 20% off coupon. And I just
Nice.
made Canva and printed them out all pretty. And I had a high five on there. I had 5 push-ups.
Oh, hey.
And I promised to floss my teeth tonight.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Where did you get the spin wheel?
Amazon. I
Amazon. Okay.
got a cute black and white one.
Okay. I love those. Patients, I mean, everybody loves like a free gift.
Yeah. All the
Yeah.
kids kept coming up and spinning and saying, like, I want free x-rays. Go get your mom.
Go get your
Mm.
Okay, so I think this is a good place to end, unless there's something else that you wanted to talk about for your first day, because I wanted to focus just on like
The
living in the
first day.
moment. Yeah,
No, it was awesome. I highly, highly recommend doing a trial day.
yeah,
Heck, I wish I had planned like a whole week of it, honestly.
yeah. It's not
But
too late, right?
I mean, yeah, we have real patients start on Wednesday. We have a full schedule Wednesday and Friday for 2 weeks already.
You're already booked out for 2 weeks.
2 days a week, yeah. So the following week, we're going to open on Mondays.
Okay, so maybe this is not going to be where we end because I want to ask you about like your marketing and all of.
So
Wait,
I
okay,
haven't
no,
even
we're going to
announced
end it.
yet.
What's
Okay.
that? Oh,
I haven't even announced that we're open yet, like on socials or anything.
so where did these people come from? Are they following
So,
you from your previous office?
so the only people we've called are what you had. I remember listening to your podcast and you kept a notebook in your pocket and patients would call your cell phone and you would put them on your
Yes.
appointment book, right?
Yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
had the same thing. Mango was set up to go on my cell phone for the past 2 months.
Okay.
So anytime a patient called my office, before I had physical phones in the office, it went to my cell phone. And so what I did is I started a Google Excel sheet, and I started a running list of, I called patient leads. So when they called me or when they emailed me, I had like a blanket email that would go back and would say like, "This is Dr. Torres. I'm so happy that you're supporting me and you're following my story. We're working so hard to open doors. Is it okay if I put you down on our VIP list to let you know as soon as we open?" So we've called, that's how we booked the next 2 weeks. But I have a list also from every Henderson chamber event I've gone to. I took
Okay.
every business card and put it on that list. Every booth or event I did over the last year, I took down and put everyone's information on that contact list. So I have a list of 200 leads,
Wow.
but we just contacted the maybe like 20 or 25 that I spoke to the most recently that actually inquired by reaching out to me. Does
That's
that make sense?
incredible. Yes. And you were born and raised in Henderson, correct?
I was born in Lake Havasu, but my mom was born in Las Vegas, and so were her parents. Woohoo, thank you. I just got a note under my door. It's my TI.
Oh, your TI allowance? Stop.
Give me my money.
Can you just
Thanks,
put it on
Ari.
the screen? I need you to just put this on the screen so that we can. Oh, girl, I am. I get to witness the TI
I'm
check.
gonna pay off her credit card debt. She just slid that under the door. That was so cute.
That
Um,
is incredible.
yeah, so we're booking people. I like have not had any time for social media, but I want to post on there that we're open. Yeah, I don't know. I have Google stuff happening, but I don't know how that works.
I think I mean, you're already killing it. You're already booked out for 2 weeks, which, I
It's
mean,
only
you're
two
going to
days.
be,
Only
I'd
two
say
days.
don't sell yourself short. That's like incredible. And I think that you are going to be leaving your associate position very soon.
Yeah, it's hope. It's
Yeah.
hope.
Yeah. That's incredible. Oh, before we wrap, what is the one thing you're loving right now, Miss Toni?
Oh, I prepared this time.
Oh,
Okay.
good.
So my favorite gift I have gotten for this week was from Ari, and it's a freaking box cutter. Okay. So if you know someone who is opening a new business, please buy them a box cutter because I've been like ruining my nails and using just
Oh,
office scissors, not even thinking it was hard or a big deal, but this box cutter has changed my life this week. I'm like
mm.
opening boxes like nothing. I like keep this box cutter in my pocket.
Be very careful. Those
It's a,
things
it's a
are
pretty,
sharp.
so
Yes.
it's a pretty safe one. It's like
Okay.
covered in rubber. It has like a like kind of like a letter opener. Like it kind of you slide it under like this.
Oh, nice.
So
Nice.
yeah,
We
best gift ever, guys. I know it's really
box
lame,
cutter. Hey,
but it's the little things.
it's the little things. And what else? Do you have any questions for the audience this week?
Any questions for the audience? How do you figure out your office fees? That was a surprise. I didn't realize that like UCR fees are different than your office cash fees. With my tier that I'm in with UCR, it says that fluoride's going to be $68. That's bonkers. If I want to make fluoride $20, how do I set the fees for all of those other miscellaneous items that people are paying for that aren't covered by insurance or for people who, are cash patients and they're not doing your membership plan?
Mm-hmm.
Do you call around? How do you find that out in your area? Like common prices?
So I don't remember actually. I feel like when we were working with our insurance negotiation company, they had a list of where we would fall in
Hmm.
like all the local dentists, they had like a running
Okay.
list of
Like your zip code.
yes,
I
yes,
can
the
ask
zip code.
PPO profits, but they haven't given me anything like that. They gave me my UCR fees and all my umbrella fees. But
Mm.
okay, I'll start with them and I'll ask. Or if anyone else has any ideas on how to set those prices rather than just being like, I want irrigation to cost this much, and doing
Yeah.
it per procedure. That seems crazy.
Okay, guys. So if you have any insight, help a girl out, contact Toni, contact the making of, and we will be sure to help Toni figure this stuff out. And I'm so excited for you, Toni. This is like it's a day in history that you're never going to forget. And yeah, you're going to be blooming in no time, it sounds like. So, congrats. I'm so excited for you, especially now that you have received your TI. Oh
I'm gonna
my
go put
gosh.
this in the bank.
Yes, you're making it rain over there. Alrighty. Well, thanks guys for listening to another episode of the Making of Bloom Dental Co. Make sure to connect with Toni on all the socials. We'll link it in the show notes. And that is it. Catch us next week while we talk about probably marketing because I really want to pick your brain about all the things.
Okay.
All right. Take care, guys. Bye.